Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Speeding?
No, it's because your intro sucks. Please step out onto the curbside.
Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the Curbside Podcast, the podcast where we talk about cars and everything to do with cars. My name is Jeff. I drive a 2004 Honda S2000, and I am your fellow Taiwanese American, Southern California.
How do you know they're your fellow? What if, like,
I don't know.
you know,
What if they don't like me? They wouldn't be.
What if Taiwanese
listening to this podcast?
Southern Californian Americans don't listen to you?
Well, they probably don't, because we only have like 20-some.
The odds are low.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name's Parth. I drive a 2016 M3, living up here in NorCal, and I am not a fellow of anyone, just because I don't want to assume, right, Jeff?
Whatever, man. Whatever.
It's 2020. We don't make assumptions.
Exactly.
And I'm back. I also go by Andrew. I drive a 2015 Subaru BRZ. Yeah, I guess I live up here in NorCal as well.
You said you also go by... What else do you go by?
that was going to be my question, too.
I said I'm back. That was a bad
I'm
joke.
back, and he also goes by Andrew.
I get it.
So if you want to talk to
Bad
Andrew,
joke.
just tag @back on Twitter,
Yes,
and you'll
yeah,
probably
that's
find
my
us.
name.
Anyways, guys, this week I want to talk about, let's see, failed dreams.
Ours?
Jesus. Heavy topic this week.
I know. Jesus, man. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I mean, cars that we wish made it to production, but they did not.
Ooh. I got one right away. The Jaguar CX-75.
Yeah, we talked about that before on this show, right?
Yeah. The closest it got to production was it was in a James Bond movie.
They had working prototypes.
Yeah. I think this is like on our, like of all the cars, this is like the closest a car has gone to production.
Yeah, because it was planned, like pretty much planned for production.
Yeah. It was supposed to compete with like
Really?
the P1 and the LaFerrari and the 918
Oh, wow.
when
Yeah.
This
they
is
were
recent?
coming out.
No, CX-75 was back then.
I think like they announced it first in like 2013.
It debuted 2010.
Damn.
Today, it's 2020, 10 years later, and it still looks good.
Yeah, it really
does.
does. But I think it was slated to come out 2015 with the other three hypercars.
Yeah, because I mean, it first debuted at the Paris Motor Show, and it had this wild like powertrain where it had like two gas turbines, basically jet engines to make some sort of power or something.
And then at some point they decided that they were going to do a supercharged, turbocharged version.
Yeah,
instead.
so that was going to be their production end.
Yeah, and then they didn't do it.
It had a combined power output of 890 horsepower.
But you know what happened, right? Why it didn't come out?
I was just about to ask.
Well, I mean, it's not official, but Jaguar was in the toilet, basically, right?
Yeah.
And then it got bought out by that Indian company, Tata. And Tata was like, you guys are dumb. You're not going to be making a hell exclusive car and then, be selling this shit when you guys can't even afford to make $1 because they just bought out Jaguar, right? So they're like, we're going to fix your company, so we're going to make sure you get your shit together. And they're like, no, we're just going to 86 this whole project, and this car's not coming out.
What the heck, man?
Because they were like, you can't afford this shit.
Sounds very Asian.
I know, right? It's like legit a child being sent to his room or like,
Yeah.
you're going to be a doctor instead of an astronaut kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, you have dreams. You have dreams? Yeah, no.
No, you're not, exactly.
Stick to what's practical. Yeah. Useless.
It's never going to make it.
Legit,
Thanks-
dude. So
thanks, parents.
when Jaguar got bought out by Tata, they were like, yeah, nah, this is not going to come out.
Assholes.
What? Dude, but this was back in 2012
Yeah.
when they announced it. It was a supercharged, turbocharged 1.6 liter inline four with
What?
a couple electric motors on the axles. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about this thing, so educate me.
Yeah, so it was a hybrid. just like the LaFerrari and the 918 and whatnot.
With a tiny ass combustion engine.
And it made 890 horsepower back in 2012, and it revved to 9,000 RPM.
Yeah.
And then it would go up to probably around 200 some miles an hour.
Holy.
Engineering wise, in terms of like the engine,
Yeah.
engineering engine, I feel like these guys were on more of a cutting edge than McLaren or Ferrari or Porsche.
Yeah.
No, they seriously were, because when did the LaFerrari come out?
2013 through 2016.
So this thing got canceled in 2012.
Yeah. Can you just take a second to think about the fact that LaFerrari's 7 years old already?
Yeah.
That's
How
crazy.
the heck did that happen?
What the hell?
How don't they make one every like 10 years or something?
Yeah,
They're
usually.
big Halo cars.
Yeah.
Something's coming out.
And then all three of them usually end up making it at the same time: Porsche, McLaren, and Ferrari.
Dude, how has all these years passed already?
No idea.
Okay,
Dude.
first of all, how are we 25 already?
That's a good question.
So one that I personally wish made it to production, I talked about this last week, the Hummer HX.
What the hell is that?
It was supposed to be Hummer's like competitor to the Jeep Wrangler.
I don't like it.
This thing.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, this is very Jeffrey.
Yeah, it legit, like, they should call it the Hummer Jeffrey.
So it was basically their competitor to the Wrangler, because basically their other cars weren't selling very well at the time. It would have been their small 2-door off-roader. The doors come off, the roof comes off, the back thing comes off. Yeah. Wish it made it.
It looks like a RC car.
Yeah,
like,
a
I can
little
see a little antenna coming out of it, and then like a kid driving around with a remote control.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
I guess.
Well, one of mine. Well, this did come out, but not really. FT1. I know it came out as a Supra, but I just think the FT1 concept itself was just amazing. I wish the Supra came out exactly like this.
I can completely agree with you on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to this day, this is the most gorgeous concept in general I've ever seen.
I mean, the Supra looks kind of like it. Keyword kind of.
Yeah.
Even that's a stretch.
Yeah.
They should have just taken this concept and made it.
I think the FT1 was bigger than they were like, it's bigger than what it would be in production.
Oh, yeah, this thing has a freaking huge nose. You could put like a V10 in there.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, dude. But they had to make that work on a BMW Z4 body, so.
Stupid, dude.
Shrunk it down. But yeah, like, you know how like we talk about the Supra doesn't photograph well? There's not a bad angle on this FT1.
What if it looked bad in person?
No,
I saw it in person. It looks like, oh,
impossible.
looks so good.
You know what Toyota should have done?
What?
Because you know how you said they were forced to like put it on a Z4 platform, and then it was like
Yeah.
basically shrunken down. They should have gone to Dodge, and they should have get the Viper and put it on the Viper platform, because then it would have fit.
Yeah.
Because it looks
does.
like a Japanese Viper, and then you could have just taken their V10 and put it into this,
V10 Supra.
an 8.7 liter V10. Dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then that clear engine cover would be perfect.
I think it looked fantastic in gray. Gray was my favorite one.
Mine, I choose red.
No,
I like the red.
Dude, the gray
red
is
one's
so
good.
stealth, dude.
You don't want it to be stealth, man.
Dude, it just looks so cool.
want it to be red.
It looks menacing,
Red.
dude.
What about you, Parth? Got anything else?
Yeah, the Mazda RX Vision. I guess technically kind of doesn't count, because technically the new RX whatever is not out yet.
Yeah,
But let's
so
be
we still
honest.
have a bit of hope on this.
No.
Maybe.
No, there's no hope, dude. There's no hope. But the Mazda RX Vision was amazing, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it looked like kind of like a Supra.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
They did a good homage to the original RX-7. Not the original RX-7, that one in the 90s.
FD.
Yeah.
Paid really good homage to that while still looking modern.
Seriously.
It even
dude.
had like lights that kind of looked like pop-up headlights.
Oh, yeah. And the taillights?
Yeah, the taillights are amazing.
The taillights look like a Ferrari.
It looks like
But
an RX-7.
also like the RX-7, exactly.
Yeah, sort of.
So we still maybe have hope for that. This was recent.
No.
And they say they're going to make a sports car or something
No.
like that.
No. Because the same problem is that these guys will want to put it on a smaller platform. It's going to just ruin the whole look of it. Because look at this hood. It's like at least half a mile long.
No, dude. I think because it's Mazda, they would make their own platform.
That's true. But at the same
that's
time,
true.
they're not going to put a half a mile long hood.
Yeah. Can you imagine trying to park this thing?
Yeah, dude. I think they should team up with Dodge. It's the same thing. Put it on a Viper.
Everything's to put on a Viper.
Yeah. No, but this car, man, would it be nice to have like 3 rotors and twin turbo, you know?
Get a super modern design, put caveman technology into it.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It's got park assist, but it still uses freaking rotors.
Speaking of 3 rotors and Mazda, one I wish made it to production, but, you know, I could see why it didn't. The Mazda Furai.
Something about it catching on fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that what held it back?
They made one, only one.
And it caught on fire.
They gave it to Top Gear to drive and it caught on fire.
Oh, nice.
And that was the end of it. Well, it was a concept car revealed in 2007, and it had... what does it have?
Dude, it had a 3-rotor Wankel.
Yeah, it had a 3-rotor Wankel, a 20B 3-rotor Wankel that made 450 horsepower.
That's insane.
I'm guessing the car doesn't weigh much based on the way it looks.
Yeah.
And also the way it looks.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this thing weighs almost just a little bit over half of the BRZ, 1,500 pounds.
Really?
That's insane.
What the Make another one, Mazda. Make another one.
Make 2 this time. So if one catches on fire, you have another one. God damn.
What about you, Andrew? Anything else?
Yeah, I had one that came to mind. It's kind of random. It came from the movie Minority Report that I watched when I was a lot younger with Tom Cruise in it. I forgot what the scene was, but he was just in this car, and it was like this red Lexus, and it was called the Lexus 2054. I don't know why. It just looked so cool when I was younger.
If you want to talk about a car that looks like an RC car.
Yeah, seriously.
I can't tell where the front of the car is.
I know, you could like either way. Yeah, I don't know if this would do any numbers in production. I just thought it was really cool. It probably wouldn't sell any.
Okay, for me, this one I wish very badly made it into production. The Lamborghini Estacade.
The 4-door sedan?
Yes.
Well, you got an freaking Urus instead, so.
Dude, but this looks almost better.
That looked fantastic.
Because they didn't make it because they didn't think it would sell compared to an SUV, which, I mean, I guess they're right.
Yeah.
But this thing looks so good.
It does.
And it looks production ready.
It probably was.
Like, it has an interior.
Yeah. But, like, at the time when this came out, there was no market for super sedans. I mean, there really still isn't, but, I mean, even more so back then.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then if you get a super sedan, you're buying a German, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, for me, Cadillac. Remember last week, Parth, I was talking about Cadillac back in the day?
Yes.
Top car to get, the luxury.
Yes.
One of their concepts that they made that I think would have maybe taken them there had they actually made it is the Cadillac CL. CIEL. I don't know what you guys think of the looks, but it definitely looks big.
Oh, that's freaking baller.
Yeah, dude. It looks like a Bentley without a roof, dude.
It's just a slab on wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Seriously.
One big boat with wheels on it.
So you like the CL, right?
Yeah.
There's another car from Cadillac that I like, which would have propelled it, I feel like, into the other direction, which is the sports car world, which is the Cadillac CN.
The CN.
With the
I remember
N at the
that
end.
car.
It was supposed to be America's first mid-engine.
I still remember that car being in. I had this little like paperback book that said top 10 cool rides or something. And
Dude,
that
I
was-
used to whip this thing in Midnight Club, bro. And I always thought if Cadillac made this car, that's amazing. Because American cars would finally be mid-engine. They look like a Ferrari. That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's very not Cadillac though. Huh?
Yeah. See, but between these two concepts, the CL and the CN, Cadillac would have been a very upmarket brand. Even more upmarket than now.
I think one of their concepts for me that trails not far behind is also the El Mirage concept.
See, they had it all set, Jeff. They had the sedan, the convertible, and then they had the sports car. They literally had it all ready to go. And then they decided not to do anything.
Yeah, dude, like these 3 cars are basically the high-end like 1%er cars.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They probably looked at it and it's like, this looks too good. Trash it.
We can't make cars that look this good.
Old people
An
won't buy
Escalade.
this.
Like, if they came out with the El Mirage, and that costed $250,000, and then they came out with the CL, and that costed $300,000 because it's a convertible version of this, and then they came out with the CN, which is a sports car, and charged $350,000, they probably would have done well. No, they would be they would be up in the top, and then they would probably be like the pinnacle American brand. But nope.
Yeah, they wouldn't be like a Mercedes or BMW competitor. They would be a Bentley and Rolls Royce
and a Ferrari competitor.
Yeah, exactly.
This is all assuming that the engine and everything were good, though. I know these look good, but like, I don't know.
What's that? The Cadillac made that one sports car back in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Talking about a Crossfire.
No, not a Crossfire, bro. XLR.
Oh, the one from fucking... Oh, shit. That was in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, dude. Like, you very rarely see it.
Yeah, no one bought that.
No, nobody bought that, right? Okay, so nobody bought that.
I've seen it on the road once.
Yeah. Like, you see it, like, once every 10 years. This thing, I remember this thing because when I was a kid, for some reason, I liked it. Okay, don't ask me why. I look at it now, I'm like, looks like a turd ball. This car had a V8, respectable V8, a 4.6, right? So they know how to make an engine, kind of. But this thing costed $100,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Really?
I swear, because I remember looking it up, and I was like, "Holy shit! You're telling me this car is $100,000?"
Freaking no wonder no one bought it.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a $50,000 car.
I remember that car had gauges made by like Bulgari or something.
Bulgari. We're cultured.
I don't know how to say that name.
We're cultured, dude. Bulgari.
Bulgari.
Yeah, see, but like this is what Cadillac decided to make instead, because this car was made between 2003 and 2009. And those concepts came out before that, I think.
No, the CN did.
CN did.
But the CL and the El Mirage were more recent.
Oh, shit.
What?
Can I add this in right now? Because it has to do with what we're talking about. So, right, I came across a random-ass link. Apparently, there's been leaks that now Cadillac is trying to bring the XLR back in 2021. And it's going to be a mid-engine sports car.
Nah.
To compete with Corvette.
Wait, to compete with their own company?
Yeah.
You know what it's gonna be, right? It's gonna be C8 Corvette with a Cadillac body.
So is it gonna be more expensive or less expensive?
You guys got anything else?
Nah, that's all I wish came back. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, if that's it, why don't we move on to the sponsored break?
No, don't tell me what to do.
Fine. Do what you want then.
All right. Let's go to the sponsored break. That's what I want to do.
All right, guys. Welcome to our sponsored break. Parth, what is our sponsor?
Hang on. I got it. Yeah. Sponsor is Sapien, which is a blockchain-based social network that rewards users for high-quality content with cryptocurrency. Sign up today at www.sapien.network to start earning today. I said this so many damn times. Like, you guys should have this memorized by now. All right.
Almost did.
Seriously, man. Jeffrey almost has it memorized. Don't worry, Andrew. Give it like 3 more episodes, you'll have it memorized.
I'll leave it up to you guys.
And then, as always, our show is sponsored by ourselves. You can check us out at the curbsidepodcast.com or where else, Andrew?
You can also check us out at the Curbside Podcast on most social medias. So Instagram, Facebook. What am I missing?
Twitter?
Yes. Twitter, yes, but our Twitter is just at Curbside Pod. Go follow us there. Check us out.
Yeah. And if you would like to, give us money and sponsor our show, you could email us at thecurbsidepodcast@gmail.com.
Or like carrier pigeon. That fucking works at this point. We'll take anything. Like attach a dollar to that
cash
bitch.
at my house.
Yeah, drop it. Yeah, seriously. Just swing by Venmo. We'll take Venmo. Yeah,
Cash App, whatever.
Yeah.
PayPal,
Apple Pay.
Wire transfers.
Good old snail mail, cash in an envelope. Then we'll take that shit too.
All right, we sound really desperate and sad now.
I mean, it's not.
Well, it's not
too far
true
off from
though.
the truth. But all right, with that being said, let us go back to this show. All right, guys, back with the show. Time for the news. What we got in terms of news, Andrew?
Well, the Super Bowl was last week, and we got a handful of pretty interesting ads that had to do with cars. Among them was the Hummer EV. I know I'd briefly talked about this off of like a video I watched on Snapchat. Didn't think that would come to fruition, but here it is. I guess we'll be seeing one soon.
Yeah. You were right on that one.
Pretty crazy.
Reveal day is in May, I think. Some specs on this guy, what they said in the ad was 1,000 horsepower, I think. 11,300 pounds-feet of torque. 500 pounds-feet of torque. And 0 to 60 in, what was it?
3 seconds.
Yeah. Interesting thing about this, though, it's not going to be under Hummer brand. It's going to be a GMC truck called the GMC Hummer EV. And it's not going to be an SUV. They said it's going to be a pickup.
Really?
Oh, that's fine. That appeals more to Americans anyway.
I think that works better.
So what do you guys think of what we got, though, in terms of ad?
The ad was a lot better than the 49ers offense, that's for sure. We won't talk about that, though.
Anyways.
The ad was a lot better, though.
Yeah, the ad was really good. I just don't understand what LeBron James has to do with anything, but, go Lakers.
What do you guys think about the looks of it? I know we don't have much to
we don't have much, but I have a feeling it's going to look like a Hummer. So I think they're going to do the Hummer look justice. Yeah. I think it'll look fine.
One render I'm looking at, literally, these motherfuckers put it on like a Chevy Silverado and just put a Hummer grill in front of it. I'm like, if they do that, bro, that's not good.
No, I don't think they will. It's got to resemble a Hummer still.
Yeah, and I think specs-wise, they've done the right thing.
Yes.
Because Hummer was always like big and over the top, and this seems big and over the top.
Yep.
Yeah, it's macho, but still EV.
Did we get anything else from the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I hate to say this, but there was a good-looking Genesis.
Bro. You're talking about the SUV?
Yeah, the Genesis GV80.
I did not realize that was even a freaking Genesis until the Genesis logo showed up on the screen.
Me too. I thought it was either a Lincoln ad or like... If Bentley did ads, a Bentley ad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought Bentley decided to do a Super Bowl ad out of nowhere.
It's like a better looking version of the Bentley Bentayga.
It is.
No, it's
not. It's probably cheaper, too.
No, it's not.
As much as I hate it as much as you do, Andrew, you know it looks better than the Bentayga.
No, the Bentayga looks better. I'm just saying this looks really good for a Genesis, and I hate myself for saying that.
See, here's the thing. You have the money you have right now. Would you rather buy a GV80 or would you buy that freaking Bentayga?
I don't have money for either.
Oh, shit. Well, you know what? Let's go with the GV80, bro.
I would get the GV80. Face of the Bentayga really doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing looks expensive.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
Which is good.
Yeah. It's good but annoying. It's so frustrating. There's so many Genesises that I like now.
Genesis make some good-looking cars. The GV80, the G70. I think the G70 looks real good.
G70 looks awesome.
The only problem I have with the GV80 is it literally looks like the guy who designed it pulled up a picture of the Bentayga and then decided to change a few bits.
See, that's my gripe with Korean cars. There's like, I don't want to get into this, but like, you can tell they pulled design aspects from like a whole bunch of other high-end cars and smushed it together.
Speaking of things,
Speaking of
stuff and things,
we were talking, so bringing that subject around.
Yeah. Speaking of Segways, did you guys see? There has been more leaked photos of the BMW 4 Series.
No. Don't want to talk about it.
You know how we were talking about concept cars that we wish made it to production?
Is this the opposite? Fucking BMW. And you know the shit that pisses me off? I saw this photo on the F80 M3 group on Facebook. And some motherfucker commented on it. You know, I used to hate it when I first saw it, but now it looks pretty good. I think I'm going to get the new one, the M3 or the M4 version. I'm like, see, this is exactly what's wrong with motherfuckers these days. And I said this in a previous episode.
It's like people who saw the Cybertruck at first.
Yeah. See, exactly. In the Cybertruck episode, that's exactly what I said.
This is a disclaimer. I've always liked it.
These car companies, they shove in your face whatever they want to do, and you just blatantly follow it and say, yes, it looks fantastic.
Based on like the 4 Series stuff, there was a news story that came out about the head of design at Jaguar kind of taking a shot at BMW for this, because the reason why these cars have huge grills now is because China is a new like growing car market, and they want to be recognized there. And the way people usually recognize these the uniqueness of each brand is by the grills. So their head of design said, I feel some of our competitors have gone really overboard in trying to overemphasize the brand.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's okay to talk shit because, they just came out with the new F-Type, right? And we all three of us agreed it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Better than it has before. So they have good, solid ground to stand on and talk shit about BMW. I like that. I respect that.
Meanwhile, we have giant nostrils.
Giant nostrils in the front. It's a Lexus in the back. What is going on? What is going on?
It's like, what's the point of making it so big? You can have a small kidney grill and it's still a BMW. Very recognizably a BMW.
It's not even functional. Have you guys seen the photo? The leaked photo, right? If you pay close attention, it's not open. There's no intake there.
At all?
It's fake.
I know the current 3 Series is partially closed, but...
No, all these new ones, it's fake. My mom has an X3, and the new X3s, you know how they have the bigger grills than ever before? Yeah. Just like the X5 and the X7. They're fake. Those big-ass grills are fake. They're closed. There's no air coming in from there. Which that makes zero sense to me. Yeah. You know how BMW had the bangle butt era with the 5 Series, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
They're going to have the same era with this big-ass kidney grill bullshit. And this is the time that you don't want to be buying a BMW, and then as soon as they fire the guys that are designing this shit, then it's going to look beautiful again.
Yeah, but people are going to buy it because it's a BMW.
Yeah, well, they still bought a ton of those bangle butt 5 Series, so,
a lot of them.
Got any other news, Parth?
Yeah, they sent the C8 Corvette around the ring.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it has a pretty respectable 7-minute, 29 seconds. And
what's that faster than?
Okay, let's put it in perspective. It's faster than a 458, and it's faster. hang on. Let me complete this, man. It's faster than a 458. It's faster than a 2015 Audi R8 V10 Plus. It's faster than a 2005 Porsche Carrera GT. It's faster than a lot of old premium supercars. So
it costs $59,995.
That's the point right there. If you just look at the price, and if you also remember, this is the base C8 Corvette. This is not the Z06. This is not the ZR1, right? That's pretty good.
Oh, if the ZR1s and whatnot come out,
it's gonna be up there with the brand new 488s and whatnot.
Yeah, I know this is super off topic, but what are the odds of the C8 being marked up?
Hella
marked up. Probably.
By how much? You think they'll hit 6 figures?
Yeah, easily. I can see them asking $50K.
That's crazy.
I hope they don't, because that's that's what ruins these cars.
Yeah,
we talked about this.
But when the Hellcat first came out, me and my dad went to go check it out at the Dodge dealership. They had one. They were asking, and this is freaking Dodge, and this is the first Hellcat. Nobody had even heard about the Hellcat before. It wasn't people didn't care about it back then. They were asking $40K over MSRP.
Holy.
40K?
40K for a Charger Hellcat, dude.
Why?
I don't know. It's stupid, dude.
Anyways, back to this Corvette, okay? $59,995.
Yeah.
How much does a 458 cost when it was new?
$300,000-ish, a little bit more.
Has it depreciated to $59,995?
No, it hasn't. No. There's probably, I think, a high mileage 458. We're talking 70,000, 80,000 miles from 2011. That's still probably 70,000.
This car has just crapped all over so many things.
Yeah, what the heck?
But one thing did surprise me from this list, though, is that a 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, that car was ahead of its time, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, way ahead.
The only thing that's fast, the ones that are directly kind of faster, the 2019 ZR1, which is the last of the front engine C7s that they made. Okay, let's put that into perspective. So the 2019 ZR1 did it in 7 minutes 4 seconds.
Holy.
25 seconds faster than the C8 Corvette. Now imagine the C8 Corvette ZL1 or ZR1. The Z06 only, just the Z06, that did it in a 7:13. So I really cannot wait until the Z06 and the ZR1 of this car come out, because that's gonna really start
everything.
Yeah.
Start stirring some shit up.
So I came across this interesting article. It's Tesla news. So there's this guy who bought a 2017 Tesla Model S December of last year, right? December of 2019. and he bought it from a third-party dealer who got the car directly from Tesla via an auction. So the auction was because of some sort of like California lemon law buyback, and it was suffering from a noticeable issue, whatever. So Tesla fixed it up, whatever, and then they sold it as a used car to a third-party company. The third-party company got the car. This guy wanted to buy the car. Listed on the sticker of the car is full self-driving capability and enhanced autopilot, which is an $8,000 option. He paid for it, okay? And he's driving his car around, and he's like, yo, what the hell is this shit? Like, the autopilot's not working. Like, why is this thing, like, not working right? So he contacts Tesla, and apparently Tesla, after they sold it to the third-party dealership, had realized they apparently they went through all their cars and they did a full audit, and they said that, oh, your car has been flagged for removal of features. So without telling the dealership, they did their, software update shit to that car, and they software removed the full self-driving and the enhanced autopilot.
What the?
Without telling the dealership. And then the dealership sold the guy the car with those supposed $8,000 in extra features. So now he's like, hey, what the hell is this shit, man? Now there's this whole thing going on. Like, what's the future look like for this? Because somebody made a point that said, imagine if Ford sells you an Escort, right? Ford Escort. Imagine it includes like a mechanical, what the hell is that called, dude? When you can keep the same speed automatically.
Cruise control.
Cruise control, yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. Cruise control, like a mechanical cruise control. And then they come to your house afterwards and rip it out of the car. Like, that's what they're comparing it to. It's like, well, how can you do that? So now people are concerned that, like, what's the future of this look like? Is the automaker manufacturer, like, just decide to pull features out of your car through a software update without telling anyone?
What is the legal dilemma of this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what, apparently, they haven't figured it out yet. This guy hasn't gotten his feature back or his money back. They just took his shit, legit. And then never told the dealership, so he ended up paying for a feature he didn't even have.
And my thought with that was, like, what if he assumed autopilot was on and he let go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming he had autopilot?
Yeah. And then he, like, crashes or some shit? Yeah.
Because there was no
That's
disclaimer
so-
to
oh
the
my
buyer, right?
Yeah, apparently he didn't know.
That's crazy. So, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's why there's some things like that. Like, you guys know I don't like Tesla. Things like this would just make me dislike the brand even more. Like, you just hijack the dude's feature without telling anyone.
Look on the bright side. They didn't remove it while he was using autopilot.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Also, if you guys have invested in Tesla, you guys are probably rich right now.
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, it went down, but yeah.
Oh, it still went up like 200% or whatever.
Yeah, in like the last week.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I have some more electric car news from one of my favorite companies, Rivian.
that?
Rivian.
Thought it was Faraday.
Faraday. Oh, heck. From Rivian. You know how Ford has invested $500 million in their company?
No.
So Ford has invested $500 million in their company.
Okay, now I know.
And then Amazon had invested $700 million in their company.
I thought Amazon wanted vans from them.
Yeah, so they invested $700 million in their company, and they ordered 100,000 vans from them.
Okay.
They did release a video this week, and in that video, they have basically like clay models of the van they're working on.
Ooh.
Oh, that looks cool.
They're working on that already before their actual car has even released. And news from Ford, Rivian will be making the platform for Lincoln's first electric car.
Oh, nice.
Dang.
Unlike Tesla, who's kind of doing their own thing, Rivian is just like willing to work with other companies.
I kind of like that
business strat, right?
And you know what the good thing about Rivian is?
Yeah.
They probably won't software update some shit features out of your car. Yeah. They seem like good people, man.
Yeah, wake up in the morning like, my car can only tow 200 pounds now.
Oh, my car can only go in reverse now.
Today, the doors don't lock.
They should just have like Tesla should just have a lottery, like a fun month where they just like remove and add features.
Like a special event.
Yeah, exactly. Like every Friday, the Falcon Wing doors open.
At a random time.
Yeah.
While you're driving.
Yeah, exactly. Any other more news?
Yeah, I got some last bit from me. 2024 GT.
Ooh, yes.
The only thing really different about it is 13 more horsepower. Well, actually, they did like a bunch of like little like shit in the engine, and they got 13 horsepower out of it. So fantastic.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Another good thing is it comes in a crazy like all carbon thing. What do they call that again? You guys saw
They
it,
call
right?
it liquid carbon.
Yeah.
And basically what that means is they went through the carbon fiber and made sure that all of the... I hadn't thought about this, but that all of the, like, what's it called? The weaves look uniform. So it doesn't look like your car's made out of like a quilt. Of different
wow.
kind of like different direction weaves.
Damn.
Which like is really cool, but I always thought that Pagani did that.
Yeah,
already.
Pagani. I was about to say that's very
Yeah.
Pagani-esque. They take the time to line all the weaves up. It's pretty insane. I've seen it in person. It's fucking incredible.
But it's
Yeah,
a
like-
Ford, so it's probably cheaper, right? Yeah, but with the carbon fiber look, you get the carbon fiber wheels as standard. So yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, 13 more horsepower, and you have this special option. And also the Gulf livery has changed a little bit. That's pretty much it. The Gulf livery's changed a little bit. The 9 on the hood is now a 6 to represent more of the original GT that won Le Mans. And yeah, that's it. That's all you get in 2020 with the new GT.
Cool.
Were there any
Sweet.
weight reductions with
Nope,
what they did?
everything
or
is the same.
Nice.
It's just 13 more horsepower.
Because it was already made out of carbon, right?
Yeah.
Now it's just not painted.
That's all I got.
Well, with that being said, thank you guys again for listening every week. We really appreciate it. For those of you who are loyally hearing our stupid voices say stuff about cars. Again, as always, you could check us out at the curbsidepodcast.com. There's a link to our Libsyn page there, which gives you the link to all the other platforms we're on: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and TuneIn, I think.
Also, you can follow us on social media at the Curbside Podcast on most social medias except Twitter, which is at Curbside Pod. I think I mentioned this earlier in the podcast. But yes, go give us a follow. Yeah, leave a comment, tweet us, whatever.
Yeah, tell us what to talk about.
Yeah,
so we don't
that
have to
too.
think.
What do you want to hear about?
Yeah, we're the podcasters of the people. We just need people first.
Yeah,
Here to please.
I need
And-
some more fellows.
Yeah,
I need some more
exactly.
fellow Taiwanese Americans. is what I need.
And thanks to Kid Dope for the intro and outro to our show, Fast Cars and Wild Hearts. We appreciate it, and it's a good song. I actually listened to it. I listened to the whole song, actually, recently, last week. I was like, you know what? I should probably listen to the whole song. You know? It's not bad, though.
And with that being said, I'm Jeff.
I'm Parth.
I'm Andrew.
Drive safe. And life is too short to drive boring cars.
Latest.
Peace.
Did you say lettuce?
Yeah.
Bye.